Hello and welcome once again. Those are the big headlines. I can promise you plenty of fun ahead because this is the exciting counting day of 2016 and we brought together a team of analysts who have actually gone to the ground. No Hawabazi today. Today we are talking to people who are on the ground, who've actually gone to the battleground stage. Professor Sandeep Shastri of Lokniti and the Pro-Vice Chancellor of Jain University, who's been with me in previous elections and knows all these states like the back of his hand. Next to him, T.S. Sudhir, our editor South. He was a little late in rushing to the studio. Very surprising for someone from the South. But T.S. Sudhir has come all the way from Hyderabad to Delhi to give us his special insights into those two battleground states of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Javed Ansari, our National Affairs editor, is someone who prefers usually the comfort of Delhi to that of the South, but he's known Mamta for years. He's going to tell us what lies ahead for regional parties and give us the big national picture. Kishalay Bhattacharjee, senior journalist, will give us exactly what's been happening in a state that he's written about extensively, written books on it, has reported from it, the state of Assam that we're all looking at very closely today. Manini Chatterjee, national editor of The Telegraph, a newspaper that many believe has been at war with Mamta Banerjee. But she clearly isn't at war with the leader of Bengal, but it's a state that she's followed for 3 decades and more. We'll have many more special guests joining us through this day. Ashok Malik, Surjit Bhalla and several others who will be bringing us their unique insights as to what to expect in these battleground states. I'm going to start by just telling you why this election is important nationally. What are the factors that make this election so important at a national level? Take a look at why I believe that we must look at this election nationally today. These are some of the factors that are important for this election nationally. This is an election where at the end of the day, it is a victory for the BJP in Assam could really give the Amit Shah, Narendra Modi duo a big boost. BJP defeat in Assam, on the other hand, would be a big downer for them just at a time when the government is preparing to celebrate 2 years in power. If the Congress loses Assam and Kerala, it will be in power in just 6 states. We should say 6 states, not 5, just 6 states in the country and 1 big state of Karnataka. For the left, it needs a win in these elections to somehow or the other retrieve lost ground over the last decade. So clearly this election has national implications, but it will also determine the trends for next year's big elections in Uttar Pradesh and beyond. I'm going to start though with the state of Tamil Nadu, because in many ways Tamil Nadu is a state which can go either way. It's the state where you need to keep your money in your pocket when you're deciding who's going to win. Our exit poll has given the edge to the DMK. But Professor Shastri, would I be right in saying that Tamil Nadu is the one state which is a cephalogist or a pollster's graveyard?
Rajdeep, Tamil Nadu has always been a challenge in terms of prediction, largely because of the nature of politics of that state. And I think this election is no exception. The closeness of the race between the DMK and the Anna-DMK alliances and the multiple factors which seem to play a role. How will voter turnout impact? How will women's voting impact? Will the split of the Anna-DMK vote between 2 alliances have an impact? I think all these are important factors. Has the backward class coalition which Jayalalitha built up last time, has that also cracked and part of it gone to the third front? So all these are issues which are critical to this particular election, and that's the reason why it's so difficult to really say who is likely to win in this state.
Sudhir, you've traveled through Tamil Nadu. Did you get a sense that there was a mood for change since MGR in the late 80s till mid 80s? No government has come back to power in Tamil Nadu. Do you get a sense that this mood for change was there on the ground?
Rajiv, when one looks at the state of Tamil Nadu from the outside, one gets the feeling that it's a state where freebies work all the time. They worked in 2006, they worked in 2011, and everyone felt that once Jayalalitha said that she's going to give scooters at 50% discount to all working women, she decided that probably that's going to work like magic. The sense that I got from the ground is that there are other issues also. Women are concerned about prohibition to a large extent. You have huge distress in families as a result of alcoholism. That's a major issue. And when Karunanidhi said the first signature is going to put as chief minister is going to impose prohibition, that seems to have an impact. And number two, big issue, unemployment. Huge number of unemployment. 70% of engineering graduates in Tamil Nadu do not have a job. They want jobs now. I think these two issues are going to be major in tilting the balance in Tamil Nadu.
Interesting that the issues that go beyond the headlines. Let's go to Tamil Nadu. It's a state that wakes up early. If you were watching us at 6 a.m., we were having idlis this morning, but I think Sanket Upadhyay can get the real idlis. In Delhi, you get, after all, Delhi idlis. But there you are in Chennai. Sanket, give us a sense. Who's going to be celebrating today? Amma Canteen, or is it going to be Kalaignar Canteen? Or as they are calling it, it's going to be Anna Canteen this time.
Well, Rajdeep, it depends on which party office you are standing, and like every state elections, here also opinion is completely divided based on where you are standing. Now, I quickly want to show you, Rajdeep, the morning newspapers here. Do you want to guess, first of all, what the first lead of the Hindu really is on this election counting day? Just take a wild guess, and then I'll come back.
The wild guess? Now you're putting me on the spot. I ask the questions today. You give the answers.
Take a wild guess. I'm building up.
Okay.
Okay.
Virat Kohli scores 800 runs in the IPL.
Well, you're close. So, obviously, you also predict that they're not talking about the headlines. But take a look at this. They're not talking about the elections. Apple to set up app center in Bengaluru at rupees 5,367 crores. PMB reports record loss. This is the first and the second lead of a newspaper, which is famed to be the biggest thing that gets published from Tamil Nadu. Congress left hope for turnaround. That's a little bit of news from elections, not just from Tamil Nadu but also from other states. Dalits from Delhi Islam clears civil services examination. I'll show you the page number 2 and 3. It talks about the flood-like situation. It shows amazing pictures. It shows no threat of flooding in low-lying areas. Officials trying to say that it's not bad as last time. And here comes the big one. Page number 5, small story, 4 column on verdict 2016, winners, losers are and history in the making, with most exit polls predicting a close finish. There is no clear favorite. Can you imagine? Election is on the 5th page of the Hindu, and I've got Pramod Madhav right here, Rajdeep. He's got local newspapers, and even in the local newspapers you've got floods on the front page. It's only in the 2nd and the 3rd page that you've got a little bit of election. Pramod, what do these local newspapers say?
So you can at least forgive the national papers for doing that. But imagine the regional papers carrying the news on 7th page. This is where you see them.
Rajdeep, 7th page.
This is for the 7th page. And the 9th page carries more colorful pictures of rain floods. And there is not much news about the election here. That's how much elections been...
So Rajdeep, if newspapers are to be believed, this is a boring election. Nobody cares here in Tamil Nadu, whoever is going to win. For them, the flood-like situation, and thankfully now there is no flood-like situation. I would like to take the camera heavenwards. You can see that unlike the usual sky in Chennai, where you have 47 degrees and 90% humidity, today it's 26 degrees here and about 60-70% humidity. So it's really pleasant time to be here in Chennai.
Pleasant times to be in Chennai. Now, I've always been told there are 3 seasons in this wonderful state of Tamil Nadu: hot, hotter, hottest. So we're going to take it that today is a hot day. It's humid. It could rain. Remember, there were heavy rains yesterday. And the sense in Tamil Nadu is that the elections will be a bit like a thundercloud. Whoever wins will win by a larger margin, but the actual vote percentage difference will be very narrow. So Tamil Nadu will keep us interested till well beyond 11 a.m. possibly, before we can clearly predict a winner in the state. Tamil Nadu is where we've started off this journey today, but I want to turn to the other state where there's a lot of attention, because in many ways this state could hold the key to how the national parties see the election. Remember, it's the big verdict day also in Assam, the tiny state of Assam, but not tiny in this election, because this election in Assam could determine whether the BJP makes that big breakthrough or not in the state. Is Assam the key, in a sense, to the BJP's fortunes, to the way Narendra Modi will see this election. Kishaloi Bhattacharjee is our man from Assam at the moment. Kishaloi, am I right in saying that for the people of Assam, unlike in Tamil Nadu, where they seem to believe, it's either Jayalalitha or Karunanidhi, either I get a scooter or I get a color TV. In Assam, this election is being seen as a tectonic change if the BJP wins. If the BJP wins, as our exit poll is showing.
It is. If the BJP doesn't win, I don't know how many reasons I can ascribe to it. If BJP wins, I can give you 5 reasons of why they would win it. And I think BJP, after many years, because they've been trying this combination in Assam since about 2001 actually, and every time they have failed. This time I think they got it right because it was not Narendra Modi's face out there. It was a local tribal leader's face, and one who actually went up the ranks through the Assam agitation, one who has at least earned a lot of credibility, brownie points in fighting the IMDT Act, which is a very sensitive act, which was seen as a discriminatory act out there, replacing the Foreigners Act. He got that repealed. So he has that goodwill amongst the people. So I think the local face really mattered, which was something that BJP missed out in Bengal, for example. They don't have a local face as a leader.
Let me just take that point forward. That they pushed a Sarbananda Sonowal, sports minister, made him their candidate as 6 months ago itself. Ashok Malik, would I be right in saying that for the BJP, Assam is critical because after the defeats of Delhi and Bihar in 2015, they need to win this election in Assam for the Amit Shah, Narendra Modi election model to be seen as credible.
Absolutely, but as Kishalai suggests, the model itself has been tweaked, and cleverly so, for this election, because more than depending on one individual, Narendra Modi, this model depends on a very astute local coalition, which is fronted by a tribal, therefore unites Bengali-speaking Hindus as well as Assamese-speaking Hindus. It goes over those traditional cleavages. It's a very sharp, it's a very astute social coalition, and if this succeeds, it will obviously be a feather in the cap of Narendra Modi and Amit Shah and the election machine in their ability to be sensitive to local politics.
It's interesting that you are saying that because, this week the government is celebrating 2 years here, Javed Ansari. I'm presuming the mood will be set by what happens in Assam. If the BJP wins Assam, there'll be a sense, look, we've conquered a new state. We are really India's pan-Indian party, and the Congress is facing the prospect then of really declining in states which they at one time believed were their bastions.
Well, absolutely, and it's a must-win for both these parties, more so for the Congress because they are in a direct face-off with the BJP here. And if they lose this, if they lose Assam, then they'll be just reduced to 5 or 6 states. Barring Karnataka, there will be no major state that the Congress can count for itself. I'm not so sure. Well, certainly it will be a boost for the government, and it'll if the BJP loses, a dampener. But whether this will affect the government at the center, I'm not so sure. They lost Bihar and yet continued regardless. So even if they lose
but the
Assam,
Congress party, let's be clear, if the Congress loses Assam,
it will be
they put a lot of eggs in their Guwahati basket.
Yes, it will be very bad news for the Congress party. They will have shrunk to an all-time low geographically, and for once there'll be this dream of Narendra Modi and Amit Shah of a Congress Mukt Bharat will be near fruition.
Yes.
What are the indications that Congress was on the, we still have to wait and see, but the body language, Tarun Gogoi in his own constituency has never campaigned more than once in earlier elections. This time he hardly left his constituency. Yeah. And his content, the person who was against him was Kamakhya Tasa, tea garden person from the BJP. None of the Congress leaders, so to say leaders, the stalwarts, could actually leave their constituency and go out and campaign. So they had actually outside campaigners, Rahul Gandhi and others coming and campaigning for them.
There's an interesting character though in this Hemanta Biswas Sarma. Someone who till last August was a congressman, apparently was with Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi didn't give him an audience for a long time. Eventually he moved to Amit Shah's house, and when he was at Amit Shah's house, he reportedly got a call from Rahul Gandhi saying, I want to meet you. What are you doing? Don't switch to the BJP. By then it was too late. Hemanta Biswas told me he refused to take the phone call. Was that a turning point? If the BJP wins Assam, keep saying if, with all, because these are all exit polls, if they win Assam, losing someone like Himanta Biswa Sarma, was that the turning point?
I think that he's a very important instrument in the social coalition the BJP has built. He's been the backstopper, as it were, of the social alliance. He's addressed some 250 meetings, I understand. Also, he was seen as, in some senses, a successor to Tarun Gogoi in the BJP, because the problem the Congress faces in many states, including Assam, is that there's no one below the 80-year-old patriarch. And in that sense, his loss, I think, was hurt the morale of the Congress worker.
Okay, I just for a moment want to go back to Tamil Nadu, because we've got our first guest and many more guests are joining us even as early at 7 a.m. this morning, which is Manu Sundaram of the DMK. Mr. Sundaram, our exit poll predicts a DMK win, which is, therefore, I'm not surprised that the DMK is the first to come to our studios. But Jayalalitha's people have told me that don't rule out Amma. Let's be clear, is there a sense of nervousness in both camps? Are you a little nervous, given the fact that the AIDMK is traditionally a larger party than the DMK?
Rajdeep, good morning.
Good morning.
You know better than everyone else that win or lose. Vanakkam to you, sir. Win or lose, you know that the DMK will always be with engage with the media, meet with journalists, and not refuse to come to studios first thing in the morning. Let me just put this in perspective, Rajdeep. The DMK won its first election in 1967. We have seen some pretty major defeats. We have also seen some spectacular victories, but that doesn't deter us from turning up to the studios in the morning. But also, you know, the context of this election is pretty simple in my opinion. It is going to be the performance of the ADMK government versus the promise of the DMK potential government. So whether people are happy with the last 5 years of an inactive chief minister, someone who has met the media, I think, twice in the last 5 years, someone who refused to come out onto the streets during the Chennai floods, someone who I believe didn't even offer you a cup of tea when you came down to Chennai last time. Is that true?
I can live without having tea with Amma. You know, let's be clear. You also have a leader, and age should have nothing to do with politics, but you have a 93-year-old leader, dare I say, who's also struggling with his health. So, you know, it appears that the voters of DMK or the voters in Tamil Nadu are being asked to choose between two leaders who they've tried, tested, and at various times found not simply to be good enough. What does Karunanidhi offer that Jayalalitha doesn't? Please tell me.
In one word, delivery, Rajdeep. We will deliver Tamil Nadu. We will make sure that Tamil Nadu is put back on the growth chart. We will make sure that industries come back to Tamil Nadu. We will make sure there is job growth, there is job generation, that there is economic prosperity without compromising on the social justice ideals that the DMK was founded upon. So in one word, delivery. That's what people are looking for. People are also looking for an accessible chief minister. People are also looking for accountable politicians. You know, the narrative of politics has changed in the last 5 or 10 years, dare I say. You know, in Tamil Nadu must be one of the very few states where there is no Lokayukta. Tamil Nadu must be one of the very few states there is no right to services.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're saying delivery. We'll see whether, you know, delivery is an interesting word that you've used there to your claim of a difference between the two parties. But I want to go to Tarun Gogoi. Tarun Gogoi, remember, is the maestro of Assam, 3-time chief minister. Congress has put all his eggs in Tarun Gogoi's basket. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Gogoi, this morning. Exit polls, I can tell you, are predicting that you are losing this election. Are you feeling a little, are your confidence levels down today?
Exit poll has proved wrong all along, last time also. Even Bihar election, even Delhi election, they proved to be wrong. And everybody today, they know the popularity graph of Modi government or Modi himself has gone down and down. And his party is losing one after another election, whether Bihar election, whether in case of even own Gujarat election, Panchayat election. Panchayat is the best. Even the Panchayat in his own state, he has not been able to retain his popularity. How he could retain his popularity elsewhere, in case of Assam?
You know,
even Maharashtra, where you see they are ruling, their local bodies, particularly municipal corporations, they are losing.
You know, but it is a very crucial day for you. I know you've seen many elections, you're a veteran, but is your heart beating a little faster today than normal?
Heart beating is not there. Why should I be heart beating? I'm a politician. I have been in politics for a long time. Yeah, ups and downs are there in my life or in my political life. It is everywhere. In Congress we lost many times. We regained. Yeah. In Assam also, all India we lost. Assam also we lost badly. It was completely once reigned by the regional party. So that is a part. Why should I be heart beating? I am not a new born child in politics.
Tarun Gogoi, appreciate your joining us. You're saying your heart is not beating faster. Interesting, Manini Chatterjee. This is a veteran politician, and I've often seen the veteran politicians seem to be able to handle the idea of an election defeat or victory with far greater equanimity than the younger politicians.
Yeah, I think that's
what is the difference?
I think the great thing about Indian democracy, and as you grow older, you realize that life is full of ups and downs. So the older you are, you take ups and downs with more equanimity than
But look at
otherwise.
this election, and I'm trying to understand. How do you see it? You've got a 92-year-old Achyutanandan hoping to become the chief minister. You've got a 93-year-old Karunanidhi hoping to be a chief minister. You've got an 80-year-old Tarun Gogoi hoping to be a 4-time chief minister. There's hope for all of us. We can retire from our professional life at the age of 75 and still enter politics.
It's a great advertisement for India's health system. I mean, that at least if you join politics, you're certain to sort of live a long life.
And you also have a lot of single candidates. Sarbananda Sonowal is single. Mamta Banerjee, Jayalalitha. So today
So what are we saying? What are we saying? Are we saying that to be successful in politics, you have to either be old or you have to be single? Okay, so unfortunately at the moment I am neither. So I have no chance in politics. But let's for a moment just travel to Kerala, where I'm told that there have been early pre-monsoon showers. That's the other good news that's been coming in. But Maha Siddiqui is at the Congress office in Thiruvananthapuram. Maha, you know, it could well be that the Congress gets washed away with the rains in Trivandrum, but give us a sense at the moment. Is there a belief that the Congress is facing a very difficult challenge in Kerala too this time?
Well, Rajdeep, the Congress certainly doesn't believe in the exit polls, saying that they will not be washed away with this pre-monsoon shower that we've been seeing in Kerala for the last couple of days. In fact, even though we are standing here in the Congress office this morning, if I just show you the scenes inside, there aren't very many people. In fact, there's just one person sitting there. They told us that they'll be here around 10 a.m., most of the leaders, once the trends start trickling in and they have a better sense of where they stand. Now, if we go by how the Congress usually reacts to defeat, we have seen that when trends are not in their favor, they don't turn up at the party office and you have to literally chase them for a soundbite. Right. So let's just see at 10 a.m. what really happens. But you know, we just heard Tarun Gogoi saying that exit polls can't be believed, they went wrong in Bihar and Delhi, and that's the narrative that the Congress is using here in Kerala as well. They are saying that exit polls can be very unscientific and therefore not well researched. The data sample may not be correct, and therefore we do not believe. In fact, they are hoping that they can buck the trend in Kerala, which has shown that nobody for several decades has ever managed to come back for 2 consecutive terms. They are hoping that they just might be able to do it.
I want to, just a quick word on Kerala before I take my first break. Is there a sense that Kerala, like Tamil Nadu, is a tough state for a pollster because a 1% swing can make all the difference between LDF and UDF? These are two parties which traditionally have had this 38 to 40% vote bank, and it's that 1-2% that you get extra every election that makes the difference.
Yes, Kerala also has this challenge in terms of the close race, but this time I think there are 2-3 things which are different. One, the entry of the BJP into Kerala in a big way, and the likelihood of its winning a few seats in that state and creating this third force, if you may, in the politics of that state. It was traditionally believed that the presence of the BJP may impact the left indicators are that it has not impacted the left as much as it has impacted the UDF.
Right.
And then the point you have been continuously mentioning, this is a state which has always had a turnover in every election. And third and last, I think what we have to carefully watch in Kerala this time is, I think, the changing social coalitions. The minorities which were generally with the Congress this time, if reports are to be believed, there is a shift to the left. And that helps the left compensate for the possible loss of the Idava vote to the BJP. So there is a little social churning also going on in Kerala, which makes this particular election very interesting.
T.S. Sudhir, what is it? Nobody's up in Kerala 7:15 in the morning. I thought your original state, you all got up early in the morning.
Kerala Congress office, Rajdeep, is always like that. Yes. I remember
always somnolent.
Always, last 5 years back in 2011, I was at the same office. It was pretty much like that. But 5 years back, Rajdeep, while everyone was looking at Mamta and Jayalalitha, it was Kerala which provided almost a 20-20 finish. 68 to the LDF, 70 to the UDF. It went on till almost till the last over. Everyone was hooked to the television sets to see who is going to win. But this election, as Professor Shastri was mentioning, is going to be different. The BJP is going to make at least some contests extremely riveting.